This is GoodDoctors.Health, and I am the founder. One of the things that we do is we help people who want to get healthy, but more naturally. They know that they want better solutions. They're tired of traditional healthcare, but they know they need to do something. So, one of the things that we are going to be talking about today is like supplementation. This is a big question that we get. And, do supplements, do they even work? Do they make any difference at all? And the simple answer to that is yes. Yes, they absolutely are effective as long as you are taking the right ones. And that is obviously the linchpin. I know it seems like a pretty standard statement. But let me just tell you that whenever I go through and I'm looking at what people are taking and then looking at their labs, the overwhelming majority of people are taking things that they don't even need or they're not absorbing. Statistically, the overall ranking says that about 80% of the supplements that are purchased in this country are the wrong ones. They don't work for that person, or they just frankly don't absorb at all. So when you think about that, I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's a lot of wasted money on supplementation. So if you're going to take supplements, you really want to make sure that you're taking the ones that you need. What a lot of people are doing is where they're kind of like trying to play the matching game. They're trying to take, like, well, okay, I have these symptoms or I have these concerns and I'm trying to match a supplement to those, just based off of what you're reading, what you're reading on the internet, or looking at various different sites. And while, I mean, it's one way to do it, it's not the most accurate. It's not the most efficient, really, way of doing that. And also, it's frankly, it gets really expensive. I can't tell you how many times I'm going through and looking at people's lab work, and we're having these telehealth visits, and I can see in the background their their kitchen looks like a nutraceutical warehouse back there. They are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on all of these different supplements. Now, also, I want to just point out that while I am a huge fan of supplementation and I think it's incredibly important, let me just say supplements aren't everything, and you can't out supplement a bad diet. So if you're trying to use supplements, like, okay, I can go and I can eat whatever I want because I took these particular supplements, well, that's not going to really work. You can't out exercise a bad diet, you can't out medicate a bad diet, you can't out supplement a bad diet. So while yes, supplements are very, very effective, in the context that you're also nourishing the body. And can I also just tell you that my overall philosophy, and we're all entitled to our different philosophies, my philosophy is only supplement what the body is requesting, only supplement the things that you're actually missing. There's just a lot of individuals who are coming to me who are on massive, massive quantities of supplements, and they were told to be on these by well-meaning practitioners, but in a lot of cases it's just too much. So one of the things is you do have a limited number of receptors. Okay, your gastrointestinal system is not infinite in how many receptors it has. So if you're taking all of these things and you're blocking up all the receptors with things that you don't need, then the things that you do need may be passing right on by. So that's where I really encourage individuals to know what your body needs. And really the only way to know it first is through testing. I use blood tests. Some people to use muscle testing. There's a lot of different ways of going about this, but again, as a general rule, I'm a big fan of using biomarkers, using blood tests to know that we're on the right track. Now, once you know what your body's asking for, and then also just understanding the foundation, the fundamental foundation of food, of what your body. And let me just tell you, there's no one perfect diet. I mean, paleo, paleo, keto, vegetarian, carnivore, I mean, Mediterranean, you name it. I mean, there is no one perfect way that matches up for every human being out there. Okay. But once we know what your body is asking for and how your body needs for you to eat, then we take all of that and put that together in a plan that can really get you results. And let me just tell you, it shows up in the numbers. The bio data does change. I consistently see individuals who have, who are like lowering their cholesterol by 20, 30 points just with nutraceuticals. We see all the time that whenever you take um, you know, diet, lifestyle, exercise, and you combine some nutraceuticals, we see type 2 diabetes consistently dropping the A1C many, many, many points. Kidney function, liver function, inflammation. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The number of things that can absolutely be positively impacted by the right supplements. But here's the thing is like which ones are the right ones? I'll be straight. I don't know until I test them. I don't know until I have individuals who are using we're using their biomarkers to see their numbers shift. Now, I've been doing this for a really long time, so there are definitely different products that move the needle so consistently. And so those are the products we always go to first. Those are my absolute favorites. There are definitely some very specific vitamin Ds that I only recommend these particular ones. Omegas are very, very tricky. There's only really a couple omegas that I find are even worth purchasing. There, certain vitamin C's are more absorbable than others. So you then need to find the right products that actually absorb on a consistent basis. And again, just because it's on the label doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. So, for instance, there's all these different multivitamins that people take. Everything that they're not lying. Those labels are accurate. They have what is in them. The problem is that very few people can absorb a lot of these different multis, and especially in the form that they're being delivered. So here's my encouragement is if you are one of the individuals who really wants to reverse disease naturally, you're tired of all the prescriptions, you're tired of all of the every time you're going to the doctor they're just handing you another pill, then let me just tell you, at times you're going to need something more potent than broccoli in order to get these numbers to move. If you have active health concerns, we need very potent nutraceutical grade supplementation. But once you find that, I mean, it can be incredibly cost effective. I have so many individuals who come in and they've been spending hundreds of dollars per month, some even thousands of dollars per month on supplementation. Most of the individuals that I work with, they need a fraction, a fraction of that. Just a few hand-picked, super high quality can make all the difference in the world. And we see it in their biodata, which is super exciting. So I hope that helps all of you. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments.